my father, my wife, my kids in the finals, we play for them. You know, we play for the people that love us and support us.
Jose, there will be people watching now that will draw some comparison between Borussia Dortmund and what they've achieved to get here and your Porto team as well. Do you see that?
I don't see that because with a cup final, the team was going in that direction. Dortmund for me, is fantastic because last season they did amazing and they lost the league in dramatic way. So normally, after dramatic way, the next season is another dramatic season. And in the championship, they did fifth, and now they are here. Now they are here in the biggest possible match. So for me, that's fantastic. Also show the stability of a club. I know very well the big boss, Aki Watzke. That's the stability of a man with a lot of experience. He's not a baby in football now. He's not a new owner. He's just a man with a lot of experience. And for sure, he gave a young coach, you know, the stability to do it, a young team, the stability to do it. So I'm very, very happy that they are here tonight.
There must be an enormous sense of pride as well. Jose referencing losing the league in that fashion as they did last year. And then this season, not doing as well as in the league as any of them would have liked. To make it to the final, whatever happens tonight, their fans must have an enormous sense of pride.
Yeah, and their fans are wonderful. Look behind us already. They're starting to fill the stadium up. They are an amazing bunch. But like Jose said, something doesn't happen for you. Jose's team was in domestically they were flying, and then in the Champions League they were flying. But this team, they found a way in the Champions League that has suited them. Maybe in the league they're asked to do different things, which is to maybe be on the front foot and dictate games a lot of the time. Where in the Champions League they've been a little foot and worked on the counter-attack. Adeyemi, Malan, these guys, they're quick players, and the transitions, it's really, really suited their team. So it is amazing, but it's two great sets of fan bases, and I'm looking forward just to seeing the atmosphere build in the stadium.
Well, as usual, Real Madrid confirmed their team a little bit earlier than whoever they're playing, and there's no real surprises, but there was a question over who would start. A couple of other things as well. Camavinga coming in for Tchouaméni, and the usual suspects, a really strong side. We'll talk more about that team in just a moment, but obviously Wembley Way is set up full of fans, but so is Embankment in London. And over there for us now to find out how the fans are doing is Emma Dodds.
This guy's performance when he played, man of the match performance for you in that final, man marking none other than Zinedine Zidane.
The whole story was absolutely magical. I mean, we should get Paul to tell us how the move happened initially, but the whole story was fantastic. And then to get to the Champions League final against a team absolutely full of superstars. I mean, and let's be honest, Dortmund had an excellent save, but you had a team arguably full of superstars. And the performance that the boys put in that night, particularly Paul in the middle of the park against one of the greatest players of all time, was absolutely first class. It really was a great story.
It's brilliant. I mean, were you thinking about it? Did you focus on Zidane particularly?
Up my Hitzfeld, I was always used to playing against number 10s, Effenberg, Thomas Hassler, Balakov, all those type of players, Georgie Hadjis. So I played against these type of players. But with Zidane, I saw him before, and we actually took kick-off in Munich, and Paulo Sousa and myself, we switched it. And Zidane went and played in Pablo's side, but I switched it, and then Pablo took, I think, Andy Miller took Deschamps, and Pablo took Jukovic. So talk about his skill on the ball, but he used to peel off your shoulder a lot, and I used to think to myself,
let's see if they can. Paul, Ali, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Ali, you're going to take your position in commentary as well soon. Back to you guys.
Okay, so a couple of things that have happened here since you guys have been up on the platform. The Dortmund fans over there really are starting to fill up the stadium. They were incredibly loud earlier on. And Wembley decided to put a couple of managers up on their big screen. Got a massive boo, which is not quite fair, really, because the Real Madrid fans aren't in there. And then you get Jurgen Klopp, and you might be able to hear it, but there was a huge cheer in the stands here as well. And of course, Jurgen Klopp being the manager that took them to the final at Wembley back in 2013. Disappointment for them, but Jose Mourinho, you've had a lot of success in the Champions. Let's talk about Dortmund, because their teams are about to arrive, both sets of teams are about to arrive, and being told they're stuck in traffic, which is just Wembley all over, isn't it? But tell me about some of the players that you're looking forward to seeing, because obviously we're looking forward to seeing the likes of Jadon Sancho here in England as well. But who are the ones that will stand out for you?
In Dortmund, I think they are a team more than the individuals. They play from match to match to be different in the Champions League than they are in the league. No problem to play in a low block against Paris Saint-Germain when they need a result. No selling a certain philosophy with the defeat. They change philosophy in the search of a result. And if they do this today, they can make it against a team that individually is much stronger than they are. But I think these attacking players, not full Krug, because he's more the target man, but all the other boys, the creative, the fast, the Malen, the Sancho, the Brandt, all these guys are the guys that possibly in transition are the guys that can turn the match in their favor.
How important will that be, that they know exactly how to adapt when you're up against a manager who is so well tactically minded and so well versed in the Champions League?
From all over the pitch, but how they've got themselves here is by being very good themselves, by being a real team unit, a unified approach to these games, and they've been able to come out on top. I think the biggest thing is that against someone like Paris Saint-Germain, no one had them going through in that game really, but they shut down and locked down Kylian Mbappe, and they was able to kind of get Hummels over there to help the right back do that and overcompensate defensively. They can't do that against Real Madrid. If you go and try and shut down Vinicius and take two players out there and Hummels comes out, you've got Jude Bellingham, you've got Rodrigo, you've got Valverde maybe, Toni Kroos from distance. So there's other players who are bigger threats than what Paris Saint-Germain maybe had. But I still think that there'll be resistance from Dortmund, but they have to stay as a team. They can't come out and try and play like any individuals. They'll get hurt.
Okay, all right, guys, we're going to go to a very quick break, and then when we come back, we'll be talking about this man. A little over a year ago, Edin Terzic